controls a true identity, the power that is me. We all danced in fire, trapped in this machine. Don't know how long we waited, as the Eggman's watching. We all danced in fire, looking through the screen. Don't know how long we waited, as the Eggman watches. With the rules in the fight, electric lines change surroundings, drawing history. A treasure disappears as she goes. Miss her as you look away, and no one knows. This power is a key. This power changes me. We all danced in fire, trapped in this machine. Don't know how long we waited, as the Eggman's watching. We all danced in fire, looking through the
Sorry. Chad, I'm an idiot. I hope you all know this. I am an idiot. Oh, I unmuted my mic in OBS through my Stream Deck. I forgot to unmute my mic directly. Oh, no. It's fine. Oh, I have poisonous the other community. Well, what did you do, Festiva? And Gabby, I saw the meme. I had to undownload Warframe for Baldur's Gate 3 Requiem. Why did you have to do that? And if you hear like a noise in the background, it's 2 fans in my office because it is hot.
Yeah.
Dog IQ confirmed. Shush. It's fine. That's all my weapons. I don't know if I want to do that. What meme? It's in my Discord. It's in the meme channel in my Discord.
You have new quests in your codex.
Oh, the Chroma. Hoyoverse game plus PSO2. Fair. Do I have any Hoyoverse games installed as I reinstalled Windows? Hold on. I don't think I do. If I do, it's just Star Rail. I'm not. Never mind. I could have swore you were in the server. Oh, you're not in the server. Well, Festiva, fix that. We should fix that. All right. What's new in the shop?
Ordis wonders, why is he here? Ordis supposes everyone has to be somewhere.
I was almost tempted to pick this up because it's Citrine's new skin. Oh, but I don't know. But this is like her only skin. But designing around this would be a bitch and a half. I don't know. Oh, is this for, oh, what is that skin? The one for, Steinax. Hold on. No, not upgrade.
Operator, your chosen Warframe suits you. Ha, ha.
It would have been not that one, but that one is pretty good. I think it's this one that I'm thinking of. This one's probably the one I'm thinking of. I don't play Steinax enough to honestly care about him, which sucks. That's Mesa. Although my Mesa look is pretty fire, I will say. But no, not looking for Mesa. Mirage. Alright, so we're going to be working on getting Oraxia today. No, we're not doing Glass Gambit. Would it be a... I don't think it's a Warframe quest. I don't even think there's a quest for it. I know that you get contacted by, Oh, by Drax, or Thrax, or whatever his name is. Is her other skin out yet? No. They boasted about it, but it's not out yet. Also, my Valkyrie look is pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie, it is. But not looking for Valkyrie. I just wanted to see if her new skin was out yet. But yeah, chat, how is everyone? I asked that, but my mic was off, so it's fine. But how is everyone today? Plus, Warframe kind of doesn't have anything I can play right now. It's either too high a level or I have nowhere to go. I mean, the solution with if it's too high a level is, like, where were you? Like, if you said you had nowhere to go, like, what was the issue? Yeah, there's that. Okay, hold on. Let's do communication, inbox. I await you on board the Zeramin. Oh, do I need to go to... Oh. Do I need to go to my Dormizone? That's interesting if I do. I mean, if I don't, okay, that's fine. But if I do, that's actually pretty neat.
Such a wretched place.
Yeah, here you are. Hi.
Break her control, or hers will be the only Duviri there has ever been.
Okay, and these... Okay, alright. So that's what this is. I have this one. What does this one look like? What the hell? I guess I can live out my dream of, like, some, like, Elden Ring kind of thing.
Here you are. None the worse for them.
So here's, like, the basic one, which is normal. Here's the thing, I don't even see myself using these. I really don't.
Time is wasting.
And the Scuddler Husks are for Araxia. I got to where I need to grind Vex for the good ending. Oh. Okay, so you need to do the Hex reputation grind. Okay.
Whatever face it wears now, it was here before Duviri. We only have days in which to stop her.
Okay, so there's literally no story. It's just go do. Alright, that's fine. So, chat, if anyone would like to join me, we're going to be doing Duviri. You are more than welcome to join. Otherwise, we'll just get started. So we're doing Io Weaver, so Operation 8 Claw is specifically what we're doing. Oh. Hi. I didn't realize you were right there. You're okay. You don't have to move. The dog is under my desk. My dog. That's fine. He can stay there. Ugh. Sorry, my neck is like out. Oh. Okay. Then let's do Io Weaver. Titty solving more of the world problems sounds right to me. Exactly. Welcome, Bug. Alright, so Neza, Atlas, Temple, Caliban, and Stalker. Honestly, give me Neza. Kuva Dragoon, Hex, Volcar. Sure. Quasis, Idun. Give me Idun. Just realized something. Alright. It's good. Oh, hello. Ugh. The dog put tatas on himself. Crazy work. Well, yeah. Okay, yeah, I think we're good. I need to pop my decree. Fine.
The triumph of dust. Oh, kiddo. How long have you been hiding out here, thinking I couldn't see you?
I mean, it's hot, but it's not too bad. So is the run for the spider just do Viri with extra steps? Essentially, yes. Basically, through the event, you get to use your Warframe in Duviri, and you eventually do fight Oraxia and get her material, so you can either pity her, or just get parts of her to drop. I believe, although it could work the other way, kind of like Kalervo, or Kullervo, however you want to pronounce his name. So, for those who actually don't know about what I'm actually doing as far as, like, the model is concerned, is we are actually moving to a kind of a Babaniku type situation where I am choosing to make the dog female, but nothing about me is changing. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I have a really good melee weapon, so that's going to be really good. So, putting the titties on the dog was the first step in that. And then I'm working on the actual official design.
Thrax hid those books away out of fear, Mathila. I wouldn't mess with them. The king isn't a real boy. He's just a doll. Shall I pull his arms and legs off for you?
Her underbelly is weak, exposed to the undercroft.
I can probably make some space to re-download Warframe.
The void longs.
I mean, if you can, cool.
stillness.
I don't think Warframe is actually, like,
But
it's big,
first,
but it's not, like,
things must be
big,
made
if that makes
still.
sense. Where? Or do we not have them? I haven't seen anyone grab a single one. I'm not seeing any. Did they remove the perks? Or not the perks, but like what you need to collect your decrees.
Sure, kiddo. Fight back. We can do this. Spiral after spiral after spiral.
I'm back. Did something happen? No, I don't believe so. I was just explaining how the dog update's going to work. Which is basically what Akko does, which is just, you know, female with male voice.
I have all the time in the universe. You know that better than anyone, don't you, kiddo? Did you hear the angels singing?
I don't want to hear no angels singing.
You ran all the way back to my poisoned garden. And now you're chasing me here? What is it you need?
I'm not afraid. Really, I'm not. I just need those shades banished. That's all. I'll be right as rain after that.
Oh, there they are. Like, where are they? Okay. Huh. I do hope I get the movement speed decree again, because that's really nice to have. Oh. All right, let's
I know
see.
You're sore about what happened to you, but look how creative you got. This is where he stowed it away. The secret of my lost flesh. Not lost. Stolen.
Shrines are symbols of my divine right to rule. How dare that thing pollute them?
Oh, we have a finisher one. Okay. Sure. Did you see that Nintendo got in trouble with legal troubles in Brazil because of the thing that breaks your consoles? Yes, I did, and that's honestly great. Because if Brazil can actually get Nintendo to stop their bullshit, at least in the bricking department, that'd be great.
Why does the little king worship one heap of stones, but fear another? I
Oh,
can be
Oraxia's
your
lair.
father, your lover, your friend. I can
Scholars.
give the dead back their voice. All you have to do is ask.
Oh, okay. I didn't get to see a cutscene. I'm a little mad about that.
I heard the usurper imitating his voice. The spider is her servant now.
No, I really hope Nintendo loses that, because that could really fix things for the Switch too. If I was able to hit twice, it wouldn't be too bad. I was kind of if that happened to Nintendo because some years ago, Sony did the same thing with the PS5 version with Elder Statue. Yes, they did. How does the Russian woman being attached to an Elder's being have more personality than the Witness did from D2? Don't worry about it. In reality, though, Warframe DE hasn't phoned it in, unlike Bungie. There you are. Come here.
Killing your own kind. Nothing new for you, is it?
Game, you good? There we go. Entrati Obols. Do I get any? Temporal Dust. Soma Extract. Necrocoil. That's a Pit of Death. I just don't want to miss out on, like, any materials. Yeah, you can wait. I had less than 30 minutes since, Jake. Why you mentioned the man in the wall, now we're all cursed.
All will be still when the flood has passed.
I do like that they added the murmur here, but I kind of wish they also added the Scaldra. Oh well. Maybe that'll be an update for later. It's very clear they're bringing Duviri back into the story, so...
You only delay the inevitable.
Bitch, please.
Come on! Plenty of room for everyone.
Can I see what my frame rate is?
Kiddo, you are trying so hard.
Do not shove. You all.
Look at you, desperately trying to hold back the infinite.
Savor the anticipation.
Inconsequential.
Oh, right, that's how Nezza works. That's right. I love having a screwed Uma Musume account. I've considered trying that game. I don't know.
We can do this again and again and again.
Okay. Okay.
She is vulnerable. Get to the heart of the corruption.
We have a new boss, I guess. That's cool. Oh, it's never mind. It's this dick.
Too late, kiddo. This is how
The heard about Brazil
story
is that it's
goes
less
now.
Nintendo can make a console, but that Nintendo doesn't have anyone in the country to take the court when they do that. Yeah, that makes sense. It's fun when it wants to be, also we don't summon for a horse, summon for cards. It's just like, I don't know if I want to play another gacha game. That's my problem.
I have usage for deal breakers.
Oh, he's just running. Maybe just like what they did with Musk. Very plausible. Wouldn't surprise me too much. Oh, chill out. It's fine.
She's banished for now, but she'll
Oh, yeah, I
climb
got the
back up
BP.
your
Let's
water spout
go.
again.
They aren't saying Nintendo can't, but that Nintendo needs to have some legal group in the country to justify in a court should they be sued over it. That's fair. It's a fine temperature. My GPU is getting almost to 70 degrees Celsius. That's actually okay. That is actually okay. Hold on. Yeah, I got her BP. Let's go. I should know this first month is, hell is supposed to get better after a certain card is released. Okay.
This sector has a new master.
Alright, what are my frames? Ooh. Eh. So, chat, who's excited for Dogwave tomorrow? We'll be going over the pirate software stuff from this week. Because he has decided to open his mouth again. And it's wonderful. That was what? Goss? Umbra, Rhino, Cora. Okay. Well, you know what? Give me Atlas, just because I do need to work on him. Yeah, we'll take that again.
The triumph of dust. Oh, kiddo. How long have you been hiding out here, thinking I couldn't see you?
Apparently he's trying to shut down a small creator over talking about him. Let him try. He's only making it worse for himself. Maybe this way I'll get him to block me. That'd be funny. Not gonna lie, the stop killing game stuff seems like it's going nowhere, especially with the drama around it. It's just kind of tuned out. That's fair. I mean, we passed the signatures. Sorry, we passed the signatures needed. But still, keep trying, keep trying. The EU did acknowledge it, though. So we're definitely getting to that point. Yeah. Give me 3 more rerolls. What was that game? Two 3 stars, 4 summons, my bad. Oh, okay. No. Let Pirate Software try. Ultimately, the stop killing games movement is good.
Taking refuge
It's just
in
whoever decides to, like,
After what
be a
happened last
shitlord
time.
about it.
Oh, poor little Thrax. The monster from Albrecht's stories finally came for him.
Thank the void. The Undercroft portals remain open. Use one.
At the beginning of the process, I'm more interested in SKG will force Nintendo's hand the digital
You
game
came
carts.
here to
That is
use
very
Albrecht's
possible.
principles. The only
I doubt it will
thing
do
you'll
anything, though.
create is a cause.
At least in that department.
Yours.
I'll tell you what, though. The SKG stuff is definitely up more my alley than it is, like the drama Akko talks about. Don't get me wrong, the drama Akko talks about is not always a bad thing, but not my cup of tea. If digital game carts become e-waste when switched to online percent, I think it will become a very interesting event. Yeah, oh yeah. Absolutely. Also, pretty sure the SKG stuff we have no effect for me since I'm in America. See, that's the thing, though, is even though we're in America, for the most part, getting it started in one place will have it at least start being noticed elsewhere.
Stop it. That's unnatural.
So any pressure to the movement, like even in the EU, but like the Brazilian lawsuit against Nintendo and the SKG thing in Europe, these are both ultimately going to be good. It's just getting there and seeing the effect of it is what we need to wait for. But the digital game carts one is especially bad on Nintendo's part. I'm still very impressed about what CDPR has done with Cyberpunk on the Switch 2. Because that is on the cartridge. Like, base Cyberpunk and Phantom Liberty are both on the cart. And I think FromSoft is doing the same with Elden Ring, where it's Elden Ring and Shadow of the Erdtree on the cart as well. But I'm not 100% certain on the Elden Ring bit. Oh, it's a Jade. Can I have...
left, kiddo. And the book
No.
always has a monster at the
No.
end. Do you remember the Zariman?
No.
How much you learned once the restraints were taken off?
Yeah, there we go.
Think what we could do here, together.
She's taunting me. Just like Zephyr said. Raising old ghosts into the earth. Go down there and stop them.
But that's the thing with them, all this stuff, no matter what, is it's just start the process and see where it goes. Because we'll never see the work of our actions unless we take that first step. And we did. Stop Killing Games and The Thing is both the step in the right direction. Aside past, I hear more exciting news about Cyberpunk on Switch 2 performance-wise, but it's still at a state where I am not buying it because I already got it on PC. Exactly. No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I won't buy it on Switch 2 even if I get a Switch 2, but I'm glad that for what the system offers, that it's actually not bad. So, that's good. I
Why
have...
do you think Thrax is so scared to be abandoned?
Eh. It's gonna be Araxia next. No, wait, no. Murmur, and then Araxia. And then...
Hack off a hand, an arm, a face.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep on taking and see what grins back at you.
The shrines are symbols of my divine right to rule. How dare that thing pollute them?
But what I'm hearing about Cyberpunk mostly on the Switch 2 is kind of like what happened with Hogwarts Legacy at launch for Switch 2. Like, it wasn't great, but for what it delivered, it was still probably one of the more successful versions of the game, which is not bad. I also think we mentioned it. We are ahead of schedule most likely for a Switch 2 jailbreak. Yes, I think we talked about that last night on Aqua Stream. Just a little bit. There were rumors today. Actually, there was apparently someone talking about an emulator already popping up for Switch 2, but based on what we can tell, it is already a scam, because they're just pulling images for the emulator from the Mario Kart World trailers. Like, one-to-one, the exact same. Oh, you're a jade. Is trading blows with the deck version? Yeah, exactly. And that's okay, because apparently the Steam Deck version, like, I've played Cyberpunk a little bit on my Steam Deck, and it's not bad. Like, would I actively play it there intentionally, like, long-term? No. Especially not with a desktop PC. But it's still pretty decent. Does anyone want to kill this Jade, or is it just me? Die.
Sticks and stones, kiddo. Sticks and stones.
People are moving on from World. Yeah, they are. Mario Kart is already the new FIFA. Rumor has it is on direct on the 9th or 10th.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I figured we'd be getting a direct in July, especially because Donkey Kong is the only game that we know is coming that has a date. The only other game that we know is coming this year that does not have a date is Metroid Prime.
Is keeping this bolster theory tethered to my kingdom. Cut it down.
I feel like 8 when it's... Yeah, no. 8 is 100% where it started. I'm really hoping that Sega can give Nintendo a run for their money with Crossworlds. I think Crossworlds has a lot of potential to be incredibly well. Oh, I didn't see the death ones. They probably won't. Nintendo probably won't care. No, Nintendo won't care. To be fair, Sonic's been in a great position for a while, and I definitely think with the crossover stuff that they've been showing, there is a pretty decent chance of Crossworlds actually doing fairly well. Like, the fact that we have, like, Minecraft and, God forbid, SpongeBob, really, it's weird, but it's a level of weird that's actually could work in their favor. Oh yeah, and Hatsune Miku. And like the Persona stuff,
Nothing new
especially.
for you, is it?
Give me some damage, I guess. Good shit. The Nougat Kart game needs to come from a non-JP studio, because if it does, yeah. It's just Sonic needs a win, especially in the racing department. For a franchise all about speed, it does not do racing very well. The Cross will blow up come the first Steam sale. I'm not paying that kind of money. That's fair. I will buy it full price.
All will be still when...
But that's me, mostly because I've been enjoying where Sonic has been going. It should have been Kiryu, not Ichiban, but it would be Yongei's Kiryu. Exactly. So it's like, it's funny Frontiers has helped Sonic so much because it's such a mid-game. I am correct. Only part of the soundtrack people are about is the 4 bosses. No, yeah, I agree. I think it's a very good game, and I think there definitely is the groundwork for something that could be better. My major problem with how Sonic works right now, and that's becoming more increasingly apparent as I've been replaying Unleashed, is the level design. Second, can we go back to, like, unique level designs, please? Like, drop Green Hill, drop Chemical Plant. Let's go back to, like, what you were doing in Unleashed, and colors, and... Because there was a time there where, you know, there were some unique levels, and not just Green Hill and Chemical Plant. Just saying. Also, have you realized how I was taking a deceptive amount of space on my PC? It's a big game. I have a lot of big games on my PC, but I also have 6 terabytes in my computer, so I'm allowed to have big shit on my computer.
Enjoy watching you dance so frantically.
Kind of funny when people call Frontiers mid. I mean, I don't think it's mid, but I understand the problems it has. I do think Frontiers was a step in the right direction. Now, if you want to hear a hot take that I'm going to say, is that Sonic X Shadow Generations was also mid. I think Shadow Generations on its own was fantastic. But having played Shadow Generations first, because I had already played Sonic Generations when it came out, it made Sonic Generations look worse. You know Nintendo's history, right? Just Sega, impossible to win, fight against the company, the blackmail the Japanese government. Yeah.
Desperately trying to hold
I hope Frontiers 2 is better, but I still look well at Ian's writing, and if the crew take the right things from Frontiers, also yes, Unleashed has the best boost stage design. It does. It has the best boost stage design, and the Werehog stages are very good. Especially on the 360 PS3 version of the game. But I've liked Ian's writing for years, but I've also been reading the comics since he first came in at issue 160 of the Archie comics.
We can do this.
Like, I'm not gonna say he's perfect, but he's the best writing that we've had for the franchise in decades. The Wii version has a good idea, but execution was mixed. Exactly. No, absolutely. As someone who's played both the Wii version and the PS3 version, PS3 version is just superior.
This place is mine! It only exists because of me! That means I get to keep it!
But if you got anyone wants an idea of like Ian's writing and kind of where it's going, read the comics. Like Archie 160 through like basically what Archie comics end, and a lot of the current IDW stuff. It was written by Ian from Go. So a lot of that has been brought into what the games are today, which is perfectly okay with me.
I have uses for deal breakers.
A problem with Ian is that he sometimes needs to treat the characters like how they were depicted in Archie. Like that one interview we did talk about the problems that apply to game song. No, I think that's fair. Remember, some of his opinions aren't great either. Like, the whole, like, oh, he wants to change Amy from being what she, like, the love interest, and is always chasing. I think he even mentioned he wanted to change Amy's design to be more modern, and some people were just like, leave her alone. Archie like went hard, but it was also not all the same good thing. No, it wasn't. Like, this is such a funny conversation of, like, you know, how does Game Sonic compare to, like, Goku? And I think that it's just a completely different, like, scaling system there. But Archie Sonic, can't deny, like, some of the feats he pulled off were, like, insane. Like, Archie Sonic was just on a whole different level of, like, nuts. You wanted Amy to keep the boom design? I wasn't a fan of any of the boom designs, I'll be honest. But also, I just wasn't a big fan of boom. I am interested to see where they take sticks. Because they did mention sticks in Frontiers. So they have acknowledged that stick does exist within the canon Sonic story. It's just a matter of where... Because I wasn't a huge fan of, like, the conspiracy theory side of her.
But she'll climb back up the water spout again.
And there's the chassis. Cool. I miss the old Amy design. Well, no, like, she went back to just the basic dress that, you know, the pink and white dress. Unless you're talking about the classic Amy design, then okay, fair. Yeah, that's my computer I'm hearing. Wow, those fans are going nuts. What is the next frame? Baruch, Zephyr, Sevagoth, Caliban, Zaku? Ooh.
Resolve to surrender or...
I miss when they didn't make the tarot cards her thing. The tarot cards were her thing, like, for a long time. Even in the classic, like, back during the CD days. That was her thing. And actually, they took it away for a long time, and they started bringing it back. Which I was okay with. I'm gonna give my computer a little bit of a break. We'll just sit here and chat for a minute. The classic one was the best. Fair. Yeah, it's just the noise I'm hearing from the computer are just the GPU, like the temp. It's at 73C. It's fine. They were a thing, but tarot cards doesn't mean what they means in Japan's compared to US. Yeah. No, yeah. like, there are always going to be differences, but Sonic has become more of an American franchise. It's nowhere near as popular in Japan as it is here. It's getting more popular again, but it's nowhere near as popular there as it is here. Tarot cards in Japan are just the thing young girls, women are into, like horoscopes, but the US got that and decided to run wild with it where it didn't need to be. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so I'm gonna need to craft shit. So it's not just grab these and then you're done. It's gonna craft the parts. Okay. Do I go see Thrax now, or should I wait until like the end of the day? Let's go see Thrax now and see what I can do. Also, where did Cream go? Sonic X had the right idea of having 5 central characters be important to that group. In the games, she's not as relevant. In the comics, she's way more relevant. I really need to undervolt my GPU. Cream used to be much more relevant. Used to be more relevant. She was. Festiva. Have you read the Metal Virus arc in the comics? Because she is one of the main characters in that, actually. Okay. That's okay. I will say, and this, I may be in the wrong here, but the IDW comics are actually canon to the games. So technically, it is mainline Sonic with the Metal Virus arc.
This is far enough. You defied a king. Now stand beside that king to defy a god.
Okay.
I shall not haggle like a mere merchant.
I could actually get... to be fair, I don't really want to get anything unless I need it. Like, save what I need, or save what I have, until, like...
You tried to rebel, as children always do.
Oh, shut up,
Only
Rex.
have days in which to stop her.
Cute and funny rabbit. Oh, God. Yeah, it's canon, but it's something that isn't next to the games. The Assassin's Creed spin-offs are mostly canon, but those aren't mainline. What my major problem with the comics right now is that they are sitting... Can I turn this down to 120 FPS? No. So my major problem with the comics right now is they're pre-Frontiers. The comics almost have the same problem as the Dragon Ball Super manga. And while I know we haven't got very much of the manga since Toriyama's passing, but the fact that everything in the comics is just post-Forces and pre-Frontiers. So we're still working our way up to Sage in the comics. And the real question is, at that point, will we ever be able to get to a point past Frontiers, or will the comics always be stuck in like that pre-end of Dragon Ball Z type scenario? Imagine we get stuck with pre-redesigned Sonic moves in every game. No, thank you. My problem is that those two Skunk characters they invented for the comics, they're in where Nak, Fang, and his gang would be for Archie. I don't see why we need new characters for a role already filled. There is an explanation for that, actually. Mandates. Sega mandates are notoriously awful. Its case in point is the mandates have also explicitly said that Sega cannot use, or not Sega, IDW cannot use Eggman Nega, Marine, any of the Freedom Fighters. I believe Infinite is also in that mandate now. So they can't use Infinite. And those mandates are also why Shadow was written so horribly in the Metal Virus arc. And I believe they said the mandates include Nak, Bean, and Fang. No, sorry. Nak, Bean, and Bark. And they can only be used for classic stories. So, like, Sonic Mania, Sonic Superstars, like, classic Sonic stories instead of just Sonic. Again, I'm not saying Sega's smart, because they're not. But Frontiers definitely is opening the door for what could be. Nods along like I know what y'all are talking about, but doesn't. That's fair. That is fair. I did crank down the FPS, so maybe that'll help with the temperatures and the fans going nuts. They are now gonna get me complaining about classic Sonic. I liked Mania. I like Superstars to a degree. Superstars has its own problems. But I really wish Sega would go back to, like, the 2D modern Sonic. Like Rush. Rush Adventure. Even the colors, like, DS game. Like, Nintendo is evolving what is essentially, like, modern, like, 2D Mario. Let's get modern 2D Sonic without Sonic 4. Like, Advance. Rush. Like, give me those. Sega, please. Advance 4 was dead years ago. That was never happening. I miss when 2D Sonic games didn't need a short rounder Sonic, but had a pixel modern Sonic. Exactly! Exactly! Like, that's where, like 2D Sonic needs to go. I'm okay with the occasional classic game, but we need to go back to, like, that 2D modern Sonic. Sonic 4 is why they're going to lean in classic as a crutch for 2D. No, that's exactly why. That's not even surprising in the slightest. And in a way, I don't blame them. Because Sonic 4 was ass. Both Sonic Episode 1 and Episode 2 were both ass. Did Sonic's character arc get fucked over? Yes. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Because before, in the Archie comics, before they reset the world twice, thank you, so-called Super Genesis Wave stories. um, there was Mecha Sally, which was like roboticized Sally, and that story arc was really, really good. And then they just reset it again. A lot of the problems that Sonic is having now, we literally can blame Ken Penders for. If it wasn't for BioWare and Sonic Chronicles, we would not be in this situation now. At work on break, supporting the stream. Well, thank you, Style. We only had Mania, and Mania is not enough. Ken Pender's domain expansion, Super Genesis Wave. Ugh. No, we didn't just have Mania. We had Superstars as well. Gabby, have you not seen Superstars? Hold on. Like, Superstars does exist. Do I have that? Hold on. I do. Okay. I just don't have this. I remember seeing Ken Pender's comic. It's so bad. It's so bad. Hold on, chat. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Give me a moment. Parading around Scourge and all his echidna original characters do not steals. Scourge isn't even his. He is pulling the Scourge one out of his ass, and he knows it. I got the video of saying the Italian slap was the work of Sonic X Amy shippers. That slap has definitely been misconstrued over the years. It is definitely more in the same like line as like, because the whole point of the slap was Sonic had been in space for a full year after the defeat of an alien race. He defeated the alien race. He got basically trapped in space for over a year, basically traveling different planets to try and get home. He got home. Sally thought he was dead. Sally basically asked him to marry her, and he didn't want to be like strapped down, and he wanted to continue being a hero. He wanted to continue the lifestyle that he knows. And that's why she slapped him, because she was afraid that he was going to get himself killed again. And he, while he didn't die, to her, he did. So that was the point of that. But it didn't appear like that in that moment. Chat, if you haven't already, I recommend getting the McDonald's McCrispy strips. I'm not a huge fan of McDonald's, not anymore. A lot of the fast food I do now these days is like Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's, and Taco Bell. Those are like my go-to fast food places. But no, Penders doesn't own Scourge. I don't care. Like, sure, on paper, he probably does. But Scourge is already a recolor of Sonic. And there were years where people like Penders were calling Sonic roleplayers a problem for, like, recoloring characters. Meanwhile, Scourge is just a green recolor of Sonic, of an evil Sonic. So Sega already should own that. And then Ian Flynn made Scourge off the template of evil Sonic. So, but Penders is claiming he owns evil Sonic, which is why he claimed he owned Scourge, and why he got the rights to Scourge. And see, that's why I think Sonic Amy works. It's more about the chase between them than actually sitting down together. And both of them know it, despite Amy's insistence on making himself. No, yeah. That has definitely gotten more relevant in recent years, especially with Frontiers. Get back to video game. Oh, did Warframe crash? No, okay. Just took a moment. You know what? Give me Zaku Prime. Give me Fenmore. No.
Once
Yeah.
there was a beautiful
I don't care as long as Sonic isn't gay.
garden
No,
where
yeah.
Cruel children played.
Absolutely, completely
Nobody
agreed.
ever had to grow up. And then, one day, a magical stranger came to teach them a new and fabulous game.
The wise peregrines with the scholar's friends. Look through their eyes to find the eyes of the beast.
Sonic will never settle down somewhere, so the only person who works for is someone who will chase him anywhere.
The monster
No, yeah.
from Albrecht's stories
The only time... I don't even know if Penders wrote it, but one of the last times I know he was involved was the Sonic Universe issue where, like, Shadow was evil and he unleashed
I thrive on nothingness.
a merge chaos into Call, and Sonic had to make a new, like, band of freedom fighters because everyone was just too old, so it was like all the kids or something like that. It was weird, but it wasn't bad. That was actually one of the best times Shadow was written to be genuinely evil, besides the OG SA2. Is this Warframe's roguelite mode? Yes. Yes, it is. Speaking of, chat, it has been an hour. If you like the content I'm producing, I would greatly appreciate if you left a like, subscribe, hit the bell for all the wonderful, wonderful stuff. We are actually 4 subs away from 500, and as promised, I would play Resident Evil 7 all the way through after we hit 500 subs. So, hopefully, we'll be starting Resident Evil in July, and we can get at working towards soon. So any support is great. I greatly appreciate it, and thank you again for the support. I think if Sonic were gay, they would find a way to make it cool AF. Well, to be fair, a lot of the community actually shipped Sonic and Shadow together. I don't see that at all, but it's weird. Oh, God. Sorry, chat. I'm like, tired. It's been a long week already. And next week's gonna be even longer. But no, I hope that one day we kind of take Sonic back in like the general round of like Unleashed of the 2000s era, very specifically. Of like the tone and like how the characters acted. It's very specifically in the case of Shep. One of my biggest frustrations, and especially came with Frontiers, was like I've never been a huge fan of Roger Craig Smith's voice of Sonic. It's always sounded too... leaning more into, like, the old Ryan Drummond days, which is not bad. But after leaning into Jason Griffith with Frontiers, I really liked that one. So hearing that voice again in Shadow Generations and now Crossworlds is a little jarring. Or now hearing his old, like old Colors and OG Generations, even Lost World and Force's voice in stuff post-Frontiers is a little jarring. I am admittedly happy they haven't changed actors again in a long time. I think the last time there was an actor change was actually Forces, because Vic Mignogna was voicing Omega there for a while. But he eventually stopped voicing Omega because of the drama surrounding him. You know, the comics, isn't Sonic married or something? So no, technically he's not.
Now you're chasing me here?
Technically he was in a, like a alternate reality was in the comics. But he actually isn't. Definitely not in IDW, but that was definitely more of an Archie thing.
Tear away a finger. Hack off a hand.
Already? We're going to the Undercroft?
A face.
Okay.
Keep on taking and see what grins back at you.
Into the Undercroft. Quickly.
But yeah, no, he was married to Sally as like a alternate reality
void
within the
longs for
Archie comics.
stillness, emptiness. But first, things must be made still. Sure, kiddo. Fight back. We can do this. Spiral after spiral after spiral. I have all the time in the universe. You know that better than anyone, don't you, kiddo?
So Sonic is possibly straight. Technically, yes. Take that. That's just, you know, that's good. And then what? Araxia? Yeah.
I can
Okay.
be your father, your lover, your friend. I can give the dead back their voice. All you have to do is ask.
Oraxia. The sun's pet. I heard the usurper mention his voice. The spider is her servant now.
Araxia. There you go. Black Knight is peak of Sonic's character development. Black Knight is very good. I can agree with that. But Black Knight was also in the 2010s era, wait, or not 2010s, the 2000s era of Sonic, when Sonic was at his best. Like, period. Have off. Oh, hello.
Albrecht left nothing but dust and darkling spiders in his wake. Isn't it time for a new story?
Oh. Oh, hello, Stalker. Sonic is the most Sonic in the game. Yeah. I can agree with that. That's why I really wanted... There was rumors for a while there that there was going to be a third storybook game, and I really wish there was. I know that they've been mentioning the storybook games more recently. Generations had it. They mentioned it again in...
Nothing new for you, is it?
They mentioned it again in the Generations Ultimate... Not Generations Ultimate. Sonic X Generations. And I think they mentioned it in the comics as well. Sega, please bring back the Werehog. The Werehog actually is coming back in Cross Worlds. I don't know how they're going to handle it with that as, like, post-launch, but I know as a pre-order, the Werehog will be in Cross Worlds. I'm just really curious if they're just going to use the OG lines from Unleashed, which means Jason Griffith, not give him lines at all, or have Roger give his Werehog interpretation, which would also be equally as cool. There was, it got canceled. I remember hearing it was based on... There were two theories. It was either cowboys, like old, like Wild West, or it was
They're all real.
um,
All the bad old
pirates. It was one of the two. I heard Roger's doing Werehog. I have not heard anything about the Werehog minus like what they're doing that he's in the game. If it's Roger though, that's gonna be really cool. And I really hope that's the case. Because it should be. But should be in one hand. But knowing, realistically, do not be surprised if Roger just does his Chris Redfield voice with the Werehog. Ah, another chassis.
This chapter closed.
Yeah, that'll bring me to 2 chassis. That's a shame.
Dictating terms to relevant personages in mining.
Ooh,
personnel,
Wisp.
and security.
Oh,
This
we got
sector
Wisp.
has a new master.
Oh, man. Okay. Sorry, I'm checking Twitter. Might be a mistake, but no, I really am curious to see what Roger's Werehog is going to sound like. But I will be pre-ordering the game, and we'll probably end up getting a trailer for the Werehog closer to release as like a major like enticement to pre-order, because we don't know how they're going to handle that as a release post pre-order. So they're going to really want to push that pre-order if they're not willing to talk about it. Like, it's probably what they're probably going to do for the Werehog. Who is Akko yelling at now? No one. I think Akko's at work. So Akko's yelling at no one. Ugh. But no, like, because we don't know how they're going to handle the Werehog post-release, they're probably going to double down on the pre-order. And then once the pre-order period is over and the game is actually out, they are probably going to put the Werehog back into, like, a vault, so to speak, for, like, I don't know, a while. And then be like, hey, surprise, it's out again. And, you know, it costs $10. Because I think it's going to be like, what? Hold on. It should be on their Steam page. Crossworlds. Werehog pack. Okay, well, hold on. Sonic Crossworlds Werehog pack. What the hell is the Werehog pack? Like, what does it include? You're not telling me any information. Okay. Maybe this page? I doubt this page will tell me anything, but... Yeah. I know it's a cart, I know it's a stage, and I'm pretty sure it's like, what, an emblem? But I don't know if it's like if there's a stage included as well. Also, can I just say that, like, I'm a little frustrated that they're choosing to use Sonic Prime characters and not, like, comic characters. Like, there are rumors that Tangle and Whisper are both in the game, which I hope they are. But, like, no, like, Surge, no Kit, no Starline. Like, those are the ones I would say you need to have in the game. Do we know the full roster? Hold on. Sonic Cross-World roster. Yeah. Yeah, Sage is in the game. So if this game ends up being quote-unquote canon, it's going to be post-Frontiers. Unconfirmed, Rouge, Blaze, Zavik, SPO, Eggpon, Charmy. There was a leak that said, but they didn't say, but it's implied that we're getting at least Whisper because someone found a extreme gear with her iconography on it. So we'll assume Whisper at least. Tangle will probably come with her as a result, but unconfirmed, like free guest characters: Hatsune Miku, Joker, Ichiban, Steve, Alex, Creeper, SpongeBob, Patrick, Werehog, Rusty Rose, Nine, and Dread. Unconfirmed, but likely, Rouge, Blaze, Zavik, Espio, Eggplant, Charmy. Like, there's a massive cast here. And as long as the game feels really good, like, there's a chance that this game could actually do very well. No Surge? As far as I could tell, no Surge. But we also don't have all the information. Because, like, that post from Nintendo Life, was probably updated 3 weeks ago. There's a Reddit post? Hold on. I know it's a Reddit post, so grain of salt. Someone did see Dodonpaw, which he was the main antagonist of Sonic Freeriders. Mark Hamill win. Ultra Kill DLC win. Neither, please. Gordon Freeman DLC. They had CF2. That they will likely never have. I want like someone's here in the Reddit saying Marine. Please give me Marine. Yeah, that'd be nice. One of my biggest complaints so far from seeing it is, like, I'm so glad we have the extreme gear back. But I really wish that they took the extra time to kind of give the game like a Mario Kart type flair. And what I mean by that is, like, if they're using the extreme gear, give them their Sonic Riders outfits. Like, you have the normal design with the cart, but when you're using the extreme gear, let them use the Sonic Riders outfit. Kind of like how with especially like the female characters in Mario Kart, at least 8. I don't know how far back it goes, but I know guaranteed Wii, DS, not DS, 7 and 8 all had at least the female characters wearing jumpsuits on the motorcycles. It would have just been that nice, like, little bit extra, like, fun stuff. That would be nice. A little extra attention to detail would be nice. Whether they'll do that, they won't do that. But it would be nice. Okay. No hesitance. No hesitance. Oh, the jumps. Yeah. Heaven Song. Congo Prime. Oh, God. How do Colossus feel? We can rock with Colossus. Why not?
The triumph of dust.
Just imagine the fan arts. Oh, I know.
Kiddo.
Like,
How
imagine,
long
like,
have you been hiding out here,
like a
thinking
normal,
I couldn't
like,
see
tangle.
you?
Like, here's a great example. And I really wish, if I wasn't in, like, a match right now, I would show it.
Unlock the reserves the scholar instructed us to keep.
Maybe after this round I'll show it. But there was the Phantom Rider arc in the comics. Imagine if they gave us, like, the Riders type art for Tango, Whisper, and Surge in Crossworlds if they used extreme gear. That would be such a nice little attention to detail. But there comes a point when Sega's too lazy, and this feels like it's a little too lazy. Mario Kart World didn't do it? Yeah, Mario Kart World didn't do it. But that's what I'm saying is, like, you want to have Crossworlds have, like, any advantage it can get against Mario Kart. That's how you do it. Just a little bit of extra effort. Like, that little bit of extra effort goes a long way.
dust for lost morsels. Oh, poor little Thrax. The monster from Albrecht's stories finally came for him.
She slaughters my people and takes their possessions. Get them back. I'll bury them alongside the honored dead.
Do you remember the Zariman? How much you learned once the restraints were taken off? Think what we could do here, together.
Into the undercroft. Quickly!
The foundation is crumbling. My will floods in. Flail away. The end is inevitable. Look at you, desperately trying to hold back the infinite.
No, it was a little sad to see Mario Kart didn't do it. But to be fair, Nintendo also seems to be toning down a lot of that stuff lately, which... They were doing so good there at the start of the Switch too, and then, you know, stopped doing so good.
I do enjoy watching you dance so frantically. Inconsequential. You only delay the inevitable.
The jump seats are there, you just have to unlock them now? Okay. That's a fair change.
I'm just
You know what, maybe I'm wrong about Crossworld. Maybe Crossworld will do the same thing and maybe have it as like an unlock system. That would be acceptable to me. Araxia? Or no? Nope. Guide the reflection, huh?
Stowed it away. The secret of my lost flesh. Not lost. Stolen.
There are two creatures that look very much like you out there. Find the wholesome one and keep the other at bay.
To be fair, like, honestly, I will probably never get Mario Kart if I get a Switch 2. Like, ever. I'm sorry, Mario Kart doesn't interest me anymore. And certain people have ruined it for me. Huh. Let's see. No. No.
I can be your
Yes.
father. Your lover. Your friend. I can give the dead back their voice. All you have to do is ask.
Is that a graphical issue? With how, like, that spread out, I'm gonna go with yes. Mario Kart just isn't the system seller anyone was pretending it is. It's a system seller. Like, it's a great game as, like, a first system. But if this was, like, Nintendo from, like, back when the Switch launched, it'd be a different story. I think it would do very well if it was that Nintendo. I don't even think Donkey Kong's a system seller. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Donkey Kong looks great, and I hope it does really well. But Donkey Kong's been a pretty silent franchise for a long time. I almost want to say decades. I mean, it's probably a better system seller than Metroid Prime, especially because it's being done by the Odyssey team. But the point stands, like, it's Donkey Kong. It's not going to. I don't feel like this sells systems.
Especially when I can just bring her back.
I'm gonna do a loop back just to make sure I didn't miss anything. It's not worth paying on Nintendo Online for. Yeah. That I agree with.
Albrecht's crucibles. Crimes against the laws of nature. Do not think.
Oh, God.
That I will let you desecrate my kingdom with your element mixing.
Where's the crucible? Over here. Did you know that ass is technically a sandwich of juice meat between two buns? Yeah, technically. Technically. It's not incorrect. Oh, hey. It's working again. Now, what I do think is a system seller is the new FromSoft game. The problem is that's going to be selling, you know, probably a year into the Switch 2's life cycle. Which, oh boy. I think FromSoft will knock it out of the park, but I do understand the questionable problems with that game.
starting to bother me.
There we go.
Enough of this playtime. Get out.
Speaking of ass, you know.
Her grip weakens at last. Call forth the beast that binds her to Duviri.
Too late, chitter. This is how the story goes now.
Dante Temple Nova. Okay.
Supposed to be two.
There we go.
Threat is cut.
Don't give me a chat. Ah, another BP.
Resume your throne, Your Majesty.
I don't need another BP. Damn it, game. Oh well. Speaking of ass is basically the biggest reason how Shift Up defeated the whole AAA market. I mean, yeah. Can you blame him? Ooh. Yeah. Give me the potatoes. I'll take the potatoes.
Yo.
Oh, that's easy. We can go do that one right now, actually. Let's go do that one right now.
The sector is under control. Resistance crushed. Troops begin optimizing the local workforce.
It was the same way Warframe defeated Destiny 2. I'm gonna go on a little controversial idea. Warframe didn't beat Destiny at all. Warframe is actually still a fairly small game.
Dreamers, I have for you a tale.
Don't get me wrong, I wish it wasn't the case, but comparatively, Warframe is not as big as Destiny.
I make exceptions for the exceptional.
I guess let's just get these mods. No reason not to get them. It'll just mean mods I can have later if I ever decide to use them.
Till then.
Are you sure there's a bunch of big streamers that always play Destiny? Now, these aren't going to be 100% accurate. Now, again, this isn't going to be accurate, like, to, like, player numbers on big releases. And especially my Final Fantasy 14 comments. This is interesting. Destiny is at 29,685 players right now. Destiny is in a massive content lull right now because we're getting the new expansion this month. 316,750 players, all-time peak, 2.4 years ago. $43,680. Well, okay, you know what? Okay. All-time peak, 316,000. All-time peak here, 189,000. If you're looking at the all-time peak, Destiny has Warframe beat by a mile. By a large margin. 24-hour peak, 58,000. 24-hour peak here. Okay. Right now, overall, like, Warframe is technically doing better. All-time, though, at least on Steam, Destiny still kind of has. The first descendant is... Oh. Technically, all-time peak is still higher than Warframe. Right? Yeah. But... 6,000 people right now. Like, that's not good. What Final Fantasy 14? Again, this is a really horrible metric. Because Steam is actually the least played platform where 14 is played. Because 14 also has its own, like, exclusive client. But 17,000 people on Steam isn't too bad. How about Guild Wars? Oh, God. Again, like Final Fantasy 14, Guild Wars also has its own dedicated client. So these are kind of bad metrics. Like, it's not doing good. Period. How's Dune Awakening doing? 84,000 players. Technically, like, Warframe all-time peak is technically doing better than Dune Awakening. But, counter argument to that, Dune Awakening also has 40,000 more players than Warframe on Steam. So, as far as the Final Fantasy 14 stuff, though, like, I still hold to my position that 14 is not dying. 14 is doing fine. Did Marathon come out yet? No. But we can look. Only partial information because they're missing the thing. But all-time peak of 3 months ago was 518,000 players, which not bad, but still like that's Twitch stats too. That's not even like 100% proper information. Let's see. Marvel Rivals. Night Rain. Both interesting examples. Marvel Rivals. 82,000 players right now, which is actually pretty decent on Steam. Elden Ring. 59,000. Yeah. Night Rain's doing very well for itself. Mecha Break just came out properly. 36,000 players on Steam. Pretty good. Persona 5 The Phantom X. Hell, Blue Archive. 17,000 players for a free-to-play game like that. Not bad. Blue Archive, 6,000. But, it's a free-to-play gacha. Like, let's see. TF2. Team Fortress 2. 50,000 players. I'm amazed actually it's doing as well as it is. We'll close those ones. Those ones actually don't technically matter. Let's see. How's Monster Hunter doing? 24,000 players, but all-time peak 4 months ago of 1,384,608. That is fantastic. Does by the time TF2 is still better than Overwatch? Yeah. This hurts though. Like that's so like massive player count, and then just yeah. Like this was when the title update 2 came out. How's Overwatch 2 doing? Oh. Ugh. I mean, 22,000 players isn't actually that bad. All things considered, that's actually not too bad. Oh my god. Wait, did Order Kingdom get a new release? Hold on. I used to play Order Kingdom. Kind of glad I don't anymore. Let's see. How's Titanfall 2 doing? Ow. That hurts. Oh, man, that really hurts. Well, at least on Steam, it has a dedicated 2,956 players. Yeah, 52,000. Yeah. How's Monster Hunter doing as far as reviews? I'm gonna check Steam for that. Still overwhelmingly negative. Okay. Let's see. Russ has 515,000 players right now. Good lord. I don't know how Peak has 75,000 players. I clearly missed something with this game. So, realistically, I will play it again next time. Like, realistically, they'll probably end up playing it again next week. On Wednesday. If they do, I will play it again. Because clearly I missed something. But, I don't know. But, you know, how's Monster Hunter World doing? 7,000 players. That's actually a pretty decent amount for a game that's not getting updates. Peak was horrible. Yeah. Now, I have heard, because I was talking to Kat about it. We'll probably end up talking about it tonight during Baldur's Gate. But he liked it, and that's good. But it definitely comes down to the people, and I don't think the people were the problem. I don't know. Something about Peak just wasn't Peak. Even Baldur's Gate 3 has 59,000 players right now. The new horse girl race, like Derby, like 29,000. Peak of 34,000, so that's pretty decent. Is this where it peaked? Yeah, this is where it peaked right here, which was today, actually. Excuse me. So, yeah. But no, yeah, like, not Monster Hunter, Warframe long-term is actually doing... long-term worse on PC than Destiny. Now, Warframe will likely still be here long after Destiny is gone, because DE actually gives two shits, but... Alright, chat, I am going to actually call it here, though, because my body is, like, not liking me right now. I actually do need to just use the restroom, and I will be gone for a while when I do that. So, I'm going to end it here. Where am I going to send you all to? Maybe Peak is more being able to play as a PvP Among Us type of game than a team effort one. Hell, I'd be more open to playing Among Us again. It's been years since I played Among Us. It was like Akko's early streaming days is the last time I played it. But yeah, where can I send you all? Where can I send you all? Nowhere on Twitch. Any recommendations, chat? Otherwise, we will be back later tonight for Baldur's Gate. Repo was the real peak. Repo is still fantastic, and I'm loving Repo every week. That's just so much fun to me. So when we're like, hey, let's do peak, I'm like, I was willing to try it first time because, you know, it is a new streaming game, but Repo is still better. Repo is still hands down so much better. Is Amal live? So she's live on YouTube and Kick, but I cannot rate on YouTube because I cannot redirect because I'm not an affiliate or I'm not monetized yet. And I'm not streaming on Kick, otherwise I'd rate her there. But you know what, chat? We could do a pseudo raid. How about that? I can't send you to her on Twitch, but I can send you to her on YouTube, kind of. Go watch them all, and I will see you all tonight for Baldur's Gate, chat. So at 8 p.m. Pacific time is when Baldur's Gate 3 is happening. So I will see you all later tonight.